Hey man, listen man, I just learned a valuable lesson. It had to do with people who proclaim that they don't like scotch, getting their world turned upside down because of something. You want to know what it was?
So are they bourbon drinkers or what are they? Are they just drinkers?
They just drinkers.
They don't like scotch.
They don't like that was the one uniform thing. Okay. We don't like scotch.
We don't like scotch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about that.
What's up?
What's good, people?
I'm Brent.
And I'm Fahred.
We are the Spirits Brothers.
And man, so man, I had a very interesting week and weekend last week. I happened to be in Chicago for a funeral, actually. Okay. And it was, appreciate, we got a lot of words of condolences for my wife's father. He passed away at 90 years of age. But that same weekend was the anniversary, the 45th anniversary of my going over into the Delta Tau chapter of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And yeah, boy. Okay. Yeah, boy. So so it was four of us, the SS Insane 4.
They couldn't find before y'all?
Man, we started out with about 24, and we was the last four standing is what time that was.
All right.
Yeah, boy. So, 45 years.
I'll keep my story for another day, but we'll do that.
I understand, man. I don't want to put you on Front Street.
I'll keep my story for another day.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I hooked up with my frat for our 45th anniversary. And we went to a place in downtown Chicago. You and I have been there before.
Okay.
To tobacco in this shop called Iwan Rees, and you have to pay a little entry fee to get in, but you can bring your own spirits with you. And so I brought this, and I brought another bourbon. We'll talk about it at some other point. But I'm with my ships, the three guys that I went over with, and none of them are scotch drinkers. One of the guys bought some Hennessy. One of them brought a bottle of Casamigos tequila.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the third one, the third bottle was. But I brought this, and and so when I brought the bottle was pretty close to the field level, was near the top of this particular label. I had actually bought this bottle in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, to consume as a part of the Zoom conference that we do every Tuesday night. Okay. And I've never had Aberfeldy before. And this bottle is Aberfeldy 16, and I believe it's what, 43%. So it's 40%. 40%. Is it that low?
Yeah, it's that low. And I've never had the Aberfeldy 16. I've had the 12 before, but. Yeah, some interesting juice.
And the troubling part about it, I was thinking it was at 43, which is 86 proof. And I think this bottle was like $110, man. And
wow.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of money for
16 year though.
I know, man.
16 year.
I know.
But as we always say, price point does matter.
Absolutely, it matters.
So.
But I've never had it before, and so I saved. I had to tell my ships. I said, well, I need to save a little bit of this for my boys so we can present it to the folks who consume the Spirits Brothers. So let's do the doggone thing, man.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, because I'm interested in knowing as an experienced scotch drinker.
I'm not sure if I can go. If I can be drinking this fraternity stuff, man. Fraternity problems and stuff, man.
You can switch from being an eternal scroller to an eternal crescent.
Okay.
With this, bro.
All right.
Let's get some nose on this.
Get some nose, man.
All right.
A little light, man.
Yeah.
Back to that 40%.
Yeah. It doesn't. I mean, the nose that's here, it is light.
Yeah.
But you do pick up some notes, though. I'm gonna let you go first.
A little honey and nutty.
See, I'm picking up a little vanilla, a little cinnamon, almost as
I'm not getting any cinnamon here.
Aren't you?
Yet. No. A little bit of vanilla.
I'm getting some cinnamon. I'm getting a little.
I'm not getting any fruit or anything. Maybe some dried fig.
See,
That's interesting.
The fruit that I'm picking up on this also is pear.
Okay.
Let it hit the nose again. See if you pick that up.
Yeah. A little bit of pear there.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You know, a little lightish in color. You know.
Man. I don't know a whole lot about Aberfeldy. This is a Highland single malt, and so you think about comparing this to something like a Macallan or like a Kleinleach or and it actually, to me, it noses more like a Speyside. It's lighter.
A little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have a classic Highland nose to me. But anyway, man, let's do it. I was
Cheers,
the same thing. Cheers.
Yeah. It's sweet, man.
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
That's what my ships was saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they were saying.
This one almost has that bourbon taste slightly. It's a little bit of a bourbon taste on it. I can see where a bourbon drinker could do this.
You know, well,
and that's probably something we need to do another whole segment on, is just the introduction from bourbon to scotch and which ones are more palatable to those guys.
Well, I told you when we were nosing it that I was detecting just a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And cinnamon is something that you typically will get on a classic bourbon note.
Yeah.
You don't typically get it on single malt.
Get it on single malt.
Yeah. But what was interesting about this whole experience, this whole evening, in addition to the fact that we get together, and to be honest with you, we hadn't been together as a foursome probably since we left Carbondale, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Back in the 70s and stuff. I've gotten together with one of them or two of them, but we hadn't all gotten together, as a four, really in probably about 44 years or so.
And it's almost like there's a little bit of wood char on the finish that I don't like with where I'm drinking. And maybe there's a reason I haven't been drinking this. I've had the 12 before, and I can say that I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily, it didn't ring my bell enough for me to keep trying it again.
Yeah.
So, and this has a kind of an aftertaste that's almost woody, that almost gets you into some bourbon taste.
Yeah.
Some flavors.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking all of that as being a positive in terms of.
It's not negative. It's just an is thing.
Yeah.
And it did have, what was it in? It was finished in an oak cask.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Just like the bourbon.
Just like the bourbon. So.
When I first opened this bottle, I was a little pissed off because I was thinking that it was a 43. Percent ABV, which is 86 proof, and I was a little pissed off about the fact that it cost as much money as it did. But then when I actually drank it, it's like, this shit is tasty.
When you first hit it,
yeah,
it really has a good taste. But I do not like the aftertaste.
Don't you?
No, I'm not liking the aftertaste.
What if the bottle said bourbon instead of single malt scotch? And
there's some bourbons that I don't like that aftertaste either, because it's a little bit too sweet for me, and it's just got and I'm not sure what that taste is I'm tasting in the back that I'm not hitting my palate, that I'm not particularly caring for a whole lot.
Well, the reason why I wanted us to do this today, first of all, the bottle is just about gone, so it was time to go ahead and kill it off anyway.
Yeah.
But the main point for me was that I had two of my ships who were proclaimed that they were not scotch drinkers.
Never ever drink it. Never ever.
Ever. And they the three of us, we drank it down from, like I said, the top of the label down to where it was when we just started this video, because I haven't had any since I've been back until right now. And both of them made the comment to me, Brent, that well, if this is what Scotch tastes like, then yes, I could drink single malt Scotch. They both made the comment that they thought that it was that medicinal, iodine-y,
Well, we
peat
know
type
we
thing.
know what that is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there is in that place.
Yeah, and the killing part about that is that most people that say that they don't like Scotch, that's the reason why they say that they don't like it.
One region and the region of Isla, huh?
Well, and the thing of it is that Isla, that peaty Isla single malt Scotch, has got the lowest percentage of single malt Scotch output.
Yeah.
Most of it is not peaty and smoky.
Speyside, Highland, you can go. Camelton, there, you know.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of other places to go.
Yeah.
And get some good drink.
So, like, I was angry, not angry, that's way too strong of a word, but I wasn't happy about the fact that this bottle cost as much as it did.
Which was?
Like I said, it was $110.
Okay.
I don't buy 80 proof spirits hardly at all, but I would buy another bottle of this. I would. At that price point, I think it should be less. I wouldn't have an attitude if it was like $85 a bottle, but it's a 16 year. So
that's the caveat.
yeah. So
it's drinkable.
yeah.
I can see where the introductory to somebody who was not a Scotch drinker would be really easy.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. You said
Okay.
you've had the 12.
That's 12.
How does it compare to you to the 12?
Oh, it's been so long ago I can't even start to say. I mean, it's been, 3-4 years since I've had that 12. And like I said, it didn't hit me enough to make me go out and get another bottle. So it wasn't ringing to the well, I gotta have some more of that. So
Yeah. This is not a must-have, but it's a very solid choice to have on the bar.
not at $110 for introducing anybody to it though.
Well,
Could you introduce them? And we'd have to go back and do the 12 and see at that price point if you're getting the same flavor notes, and because this is at the 16 is extremely drinkable.
it is.
Yeah.
It is, and I guess that's my point. For $110, I like it enough to buy another bottle. Even if I'm just getting it for me.
Yep.
Now, if I'm looking to spend $110 for something that is more in line with what my sweet spot is, this is probably going to be down the line a little bit. It's not necessarily a sweet spot,
Yep.
but I like it. And the other Scotch that we reviewed, which was the Johnny Walker Blender's Batch cask we were talking about for people who are
Introductory and
exactly
and the Scotch.
This costs 3 times as much as that Johnny Walker.
Yep.
But I would rather drink this probably 3 times before I go to one of the Johnny Walker. So it justifies the price in my book. So
I hear you, man.
Yeah,
like I said, it's not a bad drink.
Yeah.
It's got an aftertaste that I'm not caring for, but boy, when it first hits you, it tastes good, and it's in that oak cask, so I can see why they'd like it. It's got enough sweetness, and it's got enough oak there that would hook a bourbon drinker right away.
And I'm everybody's palate is different. I'm not. You and I can usually identify the same notes in terms of whether they hit us positively or negatively.
Yeah.
This is an exception, man. I'm not sure what the note is that you're picking up.
Something on the aftertaste is giving me something that I don't like on the back of my throat on the finish.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a finish thing. It's not on the first note. It's a finish thing.
You already had breakfast or lunch, bro?
I had breakfast. I made some add a little bit of spicy on the breakfast.
That might be the issue, bro. I'm serious,
we'll see here down the road. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. This is. I'm not picking up anything unusual.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it's unusual.
Yeah.
I just said it was a note that I don't like. It's not that it's unusual.
Okay.
It's just that on the finish, it's leaving a lingering something on my throat that I'm not caring for a whole lot. So, other than that, hey, it's been good, guys, and thanks, man. I'm glad you and your brothers got a chance to get together, man.
It was a beautiful thing, bro.
Sorry it was for the situation that it was. Having to get down to Chicago for the funeral and stuff.
Yeah.
But
no, it actually, as one of my deacons would say, it was probably the funeral, the passing of my father-in-law was divine providence, because it allowed me to get together with some people that are near and dear to my heart, lifelong brothers, like you, bro.
Yeah, man.
And and so I'm happy that we had the opportunity to be able to get together like that.
Again, Bridget. Love you, baby. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been good. Hey, if you like this, hit the like button, share, ring the bell. We appreciate y'all.
We we're looking at our analytics, and we got a lot of people watching who are not subscribing. If you take the time to watch, please subscribe and pass it on. I promise you that over time we're gonna grow on you. We out.
We out.